In this lesson, you will learn how to solve a multi-step equation in which the variables are on both sides of the equation. The main idea to solve an equation such as this is to move the variables to one side and the numbers to the other. So we're going to start by moving the 4x over here by the x. We're going to get our variables on the left side. So we would add a 4x here on this side, and we would add a 4x here as well. What this does is it eliminates our variable term from the right-hand side and puts all of the variables over here on the left. A 4x plus, remember that's a 1x, makes a total of 5x. We still have the plus 2, and our equal 17 is the remainder of our equation. So by moving this variable term to the other side, we've now created a two-step equation. And so once again, we solve it by undoing those two operations. So to undo the adding 2, we would subtract 2. So we put a minus 2 on each side. The plus 2 and the minus 2 eliminate each other, leaving us with 5x. And the 17 minus 2 gives us 15. Our next step then would be to undo the multiplying by 5, which would be to divide by 5. So we put a division bar with a 5 on each side. The 5 divided by 5 is 1, so that leaves us with 1x, or you can just write x. And then the 15 divided by 5 would be 3. The next problem we're going to do has a few extra steps, and that is problem number 2 on our worksheet. And you'll notice here that there are several variable terms. Our equal sign is here. And so if we look on the left-hand side, there are two like terms which need to be combined first before we do anything else. So we are going to combine the 10n and the minus 4n. Now you can think of this as 10n minus 4n, or if you wanted, you could rewrite it as 10n plus a negative 4n if you prefer. But when you combine those, you will get 6n. We still have the plus 6 in the front, and we still have our equals n plus 1. Now we have an equation similar to the one we did before, with a variable and a number on each side. So we want to get the variables together, so we will subtract an n from this side and subtract an n from that side. Now remember, when you see just the variable, that is 1. So we are really subtracting a 1n from this side and a 1n from that side. 6n minus 1n will give me 5n. I still have the plus 6 in the front of the equation. These now have been eliminated because they are opposites, and it leaves me with a positive 1 on the right-hand side. Now I want to move the 6 over by the 1, because again, this is just another two-step equation. So we would subtract 6 on this side and subtract 6 on this side. 6 minus 6 is 0, so they are eliminated from the problem. It leaves me with 5n on the left, and 1 minus 6 will give me a negative 5. Our next step then would be to undo the multiplying by 5 by dividing by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1, so we're left with 1n, and negative 5 divided by 5 is negative 1. And that's how you would solve an equation in which you have to combine like terms first before you can use the steps of solving the variables on both sides.